Good afternoon and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Providence Holy Cross Medical Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our first guest is Susie Riggs from BioRecharge, which directly refers to seniors.
Yeah, a lot
by
of
what you
do.
have here.
Yeah, a
And
lot
we
of
all
what
need
we
a
do is with
recharge, don't
seniors.
we?
Yes,
Yeah.
and welcome to the show again.
Welcome.
Hi.
Seems like it's been ages since we've been here.
It feels like, I think it's been about a month. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been
I
a little
think
bit
it
of
has.
time.
It
Yeah,
has.
it has.
So, tell us all about you and your company and what you're going to be talking about today.
Okay, so yes, I am the owner of BioRecharge, and we're a wellness center that focuses on true wellness that starts at a foundational level. It can help naturally without any invasive methods or prescriptions. So we're really about getting to the root cause of people's wellness issues. That's what we're all about there.
How often is it,
Okay.
how often, Susie, is it psychologic the mental part of with our seniors is as we get older, yes, we get gray hair. Yes, we get our wrinkles. But one of the things that afflicts us is the most, kids grow up, empty nest,
Yeah.
we become less mobile, we start having our health problems. But some of it becomes a psychological challenge. How do we take that challenge and move forward with trying to live life and acquire that wellness?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It really is something that needs to be addressed. A lot of people, to be perfectly honest, what I see very often is people tend to address that last. And I think part of that just comes because they don't know what to do. It's the inability to deal with it. What do you do with it? Because it's not, it's not something that's simple to resolve. Depression, yeah, there's pills to take and whatever, but then there's side effects from those pills. A lot of people don't want to do that. Some of it's lonely related, but some of it also is related to our central nervous system. Our central nervous system, we're all stuck in this fight or flight mode because of the day-to-day stresses that we have, and we never stop, and the instant gratification on the phones, and the TV shows that we're watching, and everything's just like constant. And our bodies are not built to be stuck in fight or flight. They're supposed to go from rest and repair to fight or flight. And we have a machine, a scanner that scans the central nervous system, and it tells us how well we kind of are going in and out of that. And I'll tell you, everyone's stuck in fight or flight. Even when they think that they're relaxing, the brain is going a million miles an hour. And that happens to be one of the things that at the Energy Enhancement System really helps calm that central nervous system down, takes you out of that fight or flight, balances you. And the things that I've seen is people just, after a period of time being in there, they're like, wow, I just feel more centered, I feel calm, I've got a sense of happiness. So it just helps kind of balance things. That's the way I suggest, because it's something hard to address otherwise.
And we're always fearful when we go see our doctors, when they come see me, that all of a sudden they're going to be on a medication, another medication, another medication,
Yes.
and they start experiencing the side effects of that, and attempting to try to avoid those kind of side effects, I think, is for all of us seniors are really important.
It's huge. It's huge because you're right. It just starts to
Snowball.
just snowball out of control.
Yeah.
That you're taking one medication and then you have this side effect, and then they're like, oh, that's okay, we'll give you this medication for that side effect. Oh, and then you got this other side effect. Oh, that's too bad that now you have numb feet. Oh, well, it's okay, we'll give you a side effect for that. Oh, you're getting migraines. That's okay, we got a medication for that too. Next thing you know, these people are on 12 medications.
Yep.
And you don't know what's up anymore. You have no idea really what's happening with them, because everything is being managed and covered up, literally covered up by this medication. So you can't even, it's so hard to get out from under it.
And we're every day we watch these TV commercials. They're constant
Yeah.
with the medication, the drugs. And, you really want to try to avoid them and put them on mute or go get something to drink or hit the bathroom or whatever you need to do. But
You're right.
it's always in front of us, no matter what. They're claiming this will help you when indeed it really helps you get side effects.
Yeah. No, and the funny thing is I was just listening to a podcast and they were talking about how side effects aren't really side effects. They're effects. They're effects of the drugs.
There you go.
It's not the effect that they were hoping for because they really just wanted to help with this one symptom. But, and this was the crazy thing that I heard, was that they actually test these drugs out on a young percentage of the population that has nothing wrong with them.
Yes.
They're perfectly healthy, and they go, okay, who wants to get paid to test these drugs? People sign up left and right, and they have to make sure that they don't have anything wrong with them, and then they give them the drug to see what effect the drug causes.
Which are
then they
side
call
effects.
that side effects. Yeah. That's how they find out about the side effects. They don't give it to the people who've already got the heart condition or the cholesterol or whatever. They're actually testing it out on 30-something-year-olds. Is that crazy? Unreal, the way that happens.
But this is the nature of how our
Yeah.
science is these days.
That's
I
exactly
was
right.
listening to a news report over the weekend, and the commentator said something to the effect that, I talked to one of my colleagues who's a neurosurgeon, and he said, how much more do we need to know about medicine before we get into Star Trek 10? And the commentator, he said, he asked, what level are we at? Do we know 20%, 50% of what we should know? And his colleague said, no, we're less than 5% now of knowing about what we need to know. And I've always said that to my patients. I usually measure out maybe a quarter of an inch. We know this much about medicine now, and then I put my hands as wide as I can and say, but we need to know this much.
Yeah.
And in reality, that's the way it is. We wish everything could be like in Star Trek 10.
Yeah, it would be
ain't
so
gonna
nice.
be. And
Just,
of course, they try to sell this quality of life stuff to us, which is what we're seeking. But
of course.
sometimes we're willing to pay for their efforts to sell us these products. And Susie, sometimes it just doesn't work.
No, it's really a shame because the truth is that the medications are not addressing the root cause of the problem.
Correct.
They're addressing symptoms. And all they're doing is masking the symptoms. That's all. They're not really healing, curing. They're just masking. So you mask the symptom, and then as the symptom gets worse, you don't even really know. All they say is, oh, yeah, we just need to increase your medication. Let's increase it a little more, But this is our body talking to us, telling us there's a problem. The way we deal with things at BioRecharge is we ask why. Why is that there? And we keep going a layer down. It's like peeling back the onion. Why is that an issue? Why is that an issue? Keep going back, keep going back. Well, guess what? You know where I always land? Cells. It's the cells. It's all about cellular health. You have to get down to the cell. Well, guess what? What's surrounding our cells and what's attached to our cells are toxins. And that toxic environment within our body is what's causing this incredible amount of cancers that we're seeing and chronic diseases. The amount of clients that I see with massive chronic inflammation and with autoimmunes and cancers is mind-blowing. If we look at the statistics, it is skyrocketed in the last 30 years, and it's based off of the toxins. So our cells cannot function properly in a toxic environment. In fact, they actually start to down-regulate energy production because they're going into self-protection mode. So they're like, oh, wait, it's not safe here. We better protect ourselves because with the cells dead, you're dead. But guess what? The systems upstream don't necessarily need to work at 100% capacity. You're not going to die if like your immune system isn't working at 100% and your digestion's not working at 100%. So that down regulation of energy production coming from the cell is affecting all the systems upstream. Now they start working at 20, 30, 40% capacity. Well, guess what? Because of that, you get the chronic diseases and all that. So you have to clear the environment, which means detoxing. And that happens to be one of the things that the energy enhancement system does exceptionally well.
Just as an example, I had hip surgery 3 months ago, and the first few days of recovery, I was supposed to take a medication. I refused to take narcotics, but I got another medication, and it made me a little bit loopy. And I realized that was the medication.
Yeah.
So, but I know I needed to get up and move around, but I was too loopy to get up and move around. So I stopped the medication like any good patient would, let alone doctor. I stopped the medication, loopiness went away, and I was started to, over the next 2 weeks, focus on my physical therapy. And once I got the range of motion back after 12 days, boom, I was off and running.
Yeah.
See, that's what helps me, movement.
Oh, it's
Because I can
huge.
sit in that chair all day long, not
Oh,
even
yeah.
think twice.
Absolutely.
But what I do, if I've got the TV on, when the commercials come on, I get up and walk around. Walk around the
Perfect.
house.
Yeah, at least take a few laps, right?
Yeah, I do, because
Yeah.
I get so sick and tired of listening to those idiotic.
Put it on mute and then take your walk to the bathroom,
Well, that's what I
to
do.
the kitchen. Yeah,
I do. I
There you
walk
go.
around.
Smart.
I walk
Right,
around.
exactly. Definitely
And
mute
I
those
don't use the
prescription-
sticks either. I use the walker, because the sticks, it's too easy to jam them on a piece of furniture and down I go.
Right.
So-
yeah, trip on them. Yeah.
So-
And I can walk a lot faster with the walker,
yeah.
which helps me because I can pick up and slow down and pick up and slow down.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well,
And,
speaking of movement, we have a new piece of equipment called the Roll Shaper, and it's actually uses infrared heat rollers to gently massage and stimulate the body. And what that does is it actually increases lymphatic flow because circulation and lymphatics are tied, very closely tied. And that's one of the things, because people don't move very much anymore, we're seeing that that's closely tied to detoxing. You have to get that lymphatic system moving. One of the things with the lymphatic system is that it doesn't have a designated pump like the heart does. So it relies on movement. You have to bounce or, really have to get some movement going. Well, as you're older, obviously you're not going to bounce around to get this lymphatic system going, right? So that's one of the things that I had been seeing. I felt like we were really lacking that aspect of it. People detox really well in the EE system, but I was still seeing that the lymphatic system wasn't moving well enough. So we got this roller machine, and people now, self-massage basically using this system, and that gets all the lymphatic moving, which is beautiful because it helps with neuropathy related issues.
that's
Yeah,
what I
I
wanted
wrote
to
that
talk
there. So that there's a neuropathy connection to this, and I know there's so many people that are having neuropathy issues, and really it comes down to poor lymph flow and poor circulation can put pressure on nerves, and that contributes to the tingling, burning, numbing that you get in your hands and
That's
feet.
what I have in my feet.
Yeah, and a
Neuropathy.
lot of that is, if it's not related to diabetes, for instance, sometimes there's other circumstances that
Well,
bring
mine,
that
I
on.
think, was related to the chemotherapy treatment.
Oh, yes,
Yep,
that's right. You told us that before.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that that's where it came from, because that was one of the list of items that
Yes.
possibly
Very common.
neuropathy can be a result of, and I'm sure that's what it is, because I've gone through chemotherapy twice, and I'm still doing it now to get rid of the cancer
the
up
one
here.
under-
So if it isn't one thing, it's 10.
If there's one thing I benefited from was using a rolling pin on my quadriceps.
Yeah.
But what your machine probably can do is benefit the whole body.
It
as
does.
opposed to just it's hard to take a rolling pin and go put it over your whole body.
All over,
your
yeah.
back and everything else. But
It
your
does.
your machine does do that.
Yeah, it actually hits 18 different body parts. Actually, you hit them because you're the one that's moving around. So you're in complete and total control over the intensity. You just push a little lighter if it's a tender spot, push a little harder if you feel like that area could use a little bit more circulation. So you're completely in control of the process itself, but it does guide you through 18 different positions and you end up with a full body lymphatic flush, basically.
Wow,
so
that's
we've
really-
seen some really great things with helping with a little bit of neuropathy. It helps with swelling, especially in the feet and the ankles. We have a lot of problems with that. A lot
yes.
of elderly, because they're not moving again, so they're getting a lot of that swelling in the feet, and that's all related to lymphatic and blood circulation.
Yes.
So very, very beneficial for that.
And this
So we're
machine
excited
is
about
a
it.
roll shaper,
It's called a roll shaper. Yes.
and you don't have a picture of
I
it,
don't
do you?
have a picture of it, but I have it on my website. So anybody who wants to see it is welcome to go to my website, which is BioRecharge.net. We've got a whole page on it. Just look at the headers up top where it says, I think it says other services.
BioRecharge.net.
BioRecharge.net. They're also welcome to call me. 661-206-2858 is our phone number, so you can call us anytime. We're happy to answer questions, but yeah, get on the website and check it out. We've got some great video even on there.
So who would benefit also from your Energy Enhancement System?
Wow. So because that's a cellular health, straight up cellular health, it recharges the cells, and once those cells have a little energy, the first thing that the body's innate intelligence wants to do is it starts to detox. And honestly, nowadays, there is not a person on this planet who can't benefit from some detox. Just for the health benefits of that alone, I think everybody should come in and do it on occasion to just clean our bodies out. We've got to get these toxins out. And honestly, I've never seen anything promote that kind of detox in that way. And the truth is what's beautiful about it is we're not forcing the body to do anything. It's our own innate intelligence that goes, oh, this is where we can detox safely and mildly, but at the same time getting a lot out. Versus the way you do it with supplements, we're kind of forcing the body to do something that might not be ready to do. So it's the safest way. And besides that, we've got clients that have Parkinson's. Like I said, I've got people who've got all kinds of pain, inflammation issues, lots of autoimmune. So many people having autoimmune issues. It's just
and
crazy.
cancers
That's what
in general.
happens as you get
Cancers, yeah.
older.
Yeah,
Your body
chronic
starts to break
disease.
down.
But it's mostly because of the detoxing. If we would clean out our systems more and then focus on cleaning up, the environment that we're in, eat a little healthier, try not to put toxins on our body, the lotions that we're putting on, the soaps that we're using, the household products that we're using to clean, those are all toxins, and believe it or not, they're all getting absorbed through the skin. It's just everywhere. The truth is that it's really hard to avoid at this point. It's all over the place.
Quickly, can we talk about the Energy Enhancement System?
That's what we were just
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
it.
Yes.
That's what
That's
it
it.
was.
Yeah, that
Because I
last
saw
bit.
some of that stuff in here, and I thought, well, is that the same thing?
Yes, it absolutely is. That's the thing that we're talking about that releases stress, toxins, tension, deep relaxation, better sleep, and all the issues that I spoke about. But it's all, like I said, it's all related to getting down to the cellular level.
And
where
are
we're
these
cleaning that up.
machines that you have?
So
that
when you
do
go into
this?
the room, it's 36 computer screens that are running a program, and you just go in there and you take a nap on a recliner. It's as simple as that. Nothing's touching you, nothing's attached to you. You just go in there and nap. It's literally quite possibly the easiest session of anything, medical wise. It's not medical because we can't treat or cure anything. It's just recharging your cells. It's giving your body what it craves, which is a higher charge.
Okay, so where are you located?
We're here in Newhall, super close. We're right up the street.
And your phone number is
And the-
661-206-2858. 2858.
That's
And
exactly
the
right.
address? The address?
We're not giving out the address right now because we're in a temporary facility. We're actually opening up a new facility we're super excited about. I probably shouldn't release where we're doing it yet, but we've got a 3,300 square foot facility in the works.
Cool.
So we're
And
very
if they want
excited.
to
In this area.
get a
Yeah.
lowdown
But
on what's
yeah,
going
it's
on,
here still also in New Hall.
they can go to biorecharge.net.
Yes.
Easy way of doing it. Susie Riggs,
Yeah.
thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you,
It was
guys.
literally enlightening.
Oh, love it. So
We're gonna-
much fun.
We're going to take a break. I'm Dr. Gene Dorio with my co-host Barbara Cochran on your hometown station, 1220 AM and 98.1 FM, KHTS.
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Dr. Gene Dorio.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guests now are Bradley Grose from SC Santa Clarita Grocery and his guest, Victoria Fox. It's nice
you.
to see
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Good
Good to see you
morning.
both.
Thank you.
No, it's good afternoon.
Oh, that's right. It's morning somewhere.
That's very true, but not here.
Right.
Not
but
Hawaii,
not here.
Hawaii, where we all want to be.
Right.
Absolutely. Couldn't be better. Okay, well, it's good to see you again.
Yes.
So how's business up there on the hill?
It's cranking. It's going strong, even though we
It's
have
going
the heat.
crazy.
It is. Last year we served 548,000 meals, and this year we're on a trajectory to be hitting over 700,000 meals.
Oh my
So
goodness.
if that gives you any sense of the hustle, we could create a new dance. I think it's the food bank hustle.
But also, Bradley, the need of our community, the
Right.
need of the seniors listening to the show.
Right.
And it's incredibly important because for most of us sitting here,
Right.
the price of food has gone up.
It sure has.
I mean, I'm not that I'm famous for making fudge, but the chocolate chips that I use for my fudge tripled in price.
right.
And I'm not happy about that. But, you know, Christmas presents will be different. This year, all of you, no fudge, it's going to be pie.
As long as it's not coal, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, that's right. So it's very busy over there. I am not surprised. And,
It is.
you know, the seniors clearly benefit from what you're doing. And we love that part of all your efforts and the people who help volunteer and bring that spirit of every day to them and, you know, keep the nourishment up. And that's what we need. And they're always worrying about where the next dollar and quarter is going to come from to be able to sustain themselves.
Right. Right.
So tell us a little bit about, just for those who may have not listened to you speak, about Santa Clarita Grocery.
So it's one of the local food banks, and it's Central City. And what the mission is if there's not enough paycheck at the end of the month, our goal is come and get groceries from us so you can keep paying your bills so you don't begin that cycle of getting behind and eventually have bigger and worse things that show up on your front door, right? So our mission is we provide 1 week's worth of groceries, and for any guest, and that is if you're a single person or if you're a family of 8, you get portions for however many are in your family to the best of our ability. And so today we invited one of our guests, a senior that comes to Santa Clarita Grocery, and it's Victoria Fox, and she was an executive in HR, and
Hydraulic recharge?
human
resources.
Okay, well, I know
That's
HR
good,
is
Barb.
hydraulic research.
Right.
That's
right.
where my ex-husband used to work.
No, I don't think it's that, but
Human resources.
right. And I thought she could answer that question because she has experienced it firsthand.
Uh-huh.
And I think one of the neat things was she shared with me, what was it like the first time you came to Santa Clarita Grocery?
I got there early, and I was just looking at how beautiful and peaceful and friendly everyone was. And then when I received the groceries, I couldn't believe that they gave me 2 boxes, large boxes of food, and put it in my car. I cried all the way home. I called my family, and I said, I cannot believe how kind and nice and generous and all the food they gave me. I said, I have no worries this week. And I was so emotional that somebody was in my back pocket taking care of me, and with no reservation, with no, just because they're good people. And that was my first experience there. I have cried a few more times, and I thank everyone there. I thank everyone over and over again, because that's the least I could do, is just say thank you. And that's all they're looking for, I believe, is just a thank you.
Yes.
Nothing more.
Yes.
How simple and how personal that was to me.
So how do you thank them back, Virginia? How does that, as we go around in life, we think people do things for us, and we pay it forward a lot of times, and I think one of the reasons that we have this group doing what they're doing is because they feel obligated in life's lessons that they're moving other people forward as well.
Well, how it affects me is that I have never eaten better. Honestly, with all the food that I receive, I'm cooking for myself. I'm cooking balanced meals. They're giving me meat, vegetables, fruits. It's just amazing how much they give, and it's been so long since I've just cooked for myself. I'm a diabetic, and you have to eat 3 meals a day. They have to be balanced, and I am now down to a 6.6 A1C, and that's pretty darn good for somebody who, when you work, you tend to eat out and you tend to eat fast food. I have never felt healthier, and actually being out there and waiting my turn, which is usually I get there so early, getting all that fresh air and saying thank you, and just being with other people who are in the same situation as I am, that have health issues, and I needed to move forward with my eating and my balance, and I've emotionally and in my soul, I've never been in a better place, knowing that my time is actually limited on this planet. So being limited, I'm just making the best of it. And through the grocery, I look forward every Monday to being in that line waiting and seeing everyone.
And you referred to Monday, Bradley. Let's let our listeners know about how often you are open and
Right.
available to provide the necessary food they might need.
Right, yes. So we distribute groceries Monday evening and Wednesday evening from 5 to 7 p.m. And then Saturday mornings, for those that work during the week, they can come Saturday morning from 9 to 11. And so we tend to, the way it plays out is you get to, if you're a first-time guest, we don't refer to our guests as clients. They are our guests, and we walk with them through their valley or their challenge, right? So they get to pick a day what's best for them. And they come every week on that same day. And that way it keeps things balanced out with how many people are coming through the system and getting groceries and so forth.
So if people want to get in line for a Monday, for instance,
Right.
do they make a reservation, call a certain number to
Just show up.
just show up?
Just
How-
show up.
Okay, you're a business person as well. How do you know how much food to have and to disperse it evenly? And I mean,
Yeah.
how do you do that? That's incredible.
That's a great question. When our guests show up, they get a number which holds their place in line. And then when their number gets called, that's when they sign in. When they sign in, they have a little intake, basically a little grocery list that our front desk people, who are awesome, ask all the appropriate questions. You have need any personal care items, or any preference on meat or desserts or whatever, and we go through that. If you're a young mom, or grandma, if you're taking diapers to your grandkid, we also get diapers. So we have a whole variety. There's a little check-in, and then that slip goes into our grocery runners, and they run it out to the cars and load it up for our guests.
Just a curiosity, and I have to ask because it's the senior hour, diapers for children, but how about adult diapers
Senior diapers as well.
as well? Good,
Yep,
good. That's
yep.
good to know.
Yep.
Because
And we're discreet about it, and once people understand how the thing works, there is a moment of privacy when you go to the front desk that you get to talk with the two people manning the desk.
great.
And that's when they go through, and they ask any questions or if they have any personal needs, and that's where that communication happens.
Like any good business person, you're monitoring the number of receivers of food and whatever you're providing.
Correct.
Are those numbers going up?
They are going up. We've been on a pretty steady increase. I don't know the percentage off the top of my head, but it's between 5 and 6 new guests every distribution we're getting.
Wow.
Right. Whether they come back every week or not, that's another story.
Yeah.
But some people have immediate need, and maybe for 2 weeks, and then we never see them again.
And it's a sign of the times these days to,
Right.
Yes, it
that
is.
we know, or we think we know,
Right.
that the economy might not be doing as well, and people's needs will increase. And when the SNAP programs and some of the programs close, it's going to make it even harder for Santa Clarita residents to be able to obtain the amount of food that they need for
Well,
themselves and their
it's
family.
the cost of the food
The
also.
cost,
Right.
I
Absolutely.
mean, the cost of food has gone sky high.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You know,
Right.
and because my kids do my shopping for me, and they put it on the credit card or the debit, whatever card they have, and they bring me the list of items and the amount, and I almost faint when I see
Right.
what was charged.
Right. Right.
And the amount of money for each item, it's just unbelievable.
Right. Right.
So I will tell you the few things that I'm gifted with every week that I can't tell you, they make my day. And I think the reason that they receive some of these things is because they're very ripe. I get the best pineapple you could ever imagine, the best mango. They're ripe. They're just so delicious. I get my 6 eggs. I'm not sure how I feel about the brown eggs, but I get 6 eggs.
Those are the organic ones.
And I get yogurts. These are all good things for me. These are all good, healthy things. The only thing I think most seniors have to shy away from a little bit is milk. Other than that, everything that's given is it's just good for us. The meats, lots of chicken, lots of fish, and so I go home and that night I'm cooking something, and I feel better. I am feeling better about me and about this body of mine. I'm taking well care of it, and I think it's when I go to the grocery, it's just I can't tell you. Each week, my spirit is lifted. I can't wait to get there. It's a good place to go to.
Everyone
But
is friendly.
everyone knows
Yes.
my name. Everyone says hello. Everyone greets. Everyone smiles, and that's half of it right there. Because
And you get a hug.
and I get a hug, which I'm not used to that being in HR. I get a hug.
Did I get a hug when I visited you? I don't remember.
I don't know, but I still have to give you one today.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Right.
That place is amazing, though.
It truly is, and I appreciate all of their hard work. But
Well, it's interesting when Bradley came on the first time I met you, when you came on and talking about it, you took me up there, or I drove up there
Right.
and visited the place, and it's incredible, absolutely incredible. And you gave me a box of food. Said, here, take this home with you. And it was, like you said, a week's worth of groceries. I got it home and I went through it and I thought, what?
Right. And the
But
beautiful thing is,
everything was so good, though.
Right, right. And it's a good mix of food. So you get produce, you're
Yes.
getting meats, you're getting breads, you get desserts, deli, canned goods, and dry goods.
Yes,
So
everything.
out of that, you can navigate quite well during the week. It may not be everything, but it's enough to get you through a week if you're on a hard or a fixed budget.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you probably are getting more seniors now than you used to, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting quite
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah, I would think so because seniors don't have that income
Right,
mostly.
right. And even Northeast Valley Medical Group is sending their diabetes clients to us.
Great.
Oh,
And so
wow.
we didn't know that initially, but they had checked us out, and then they got a report back and said that their
Top quality.
clients was the best from all of the clients. So that was a good news, not knowing that they were checking us out, but it really paid out in a beautiful way.
So when we come back, let's talk about, with you, Bradley, how do you do this? I mean, how does this, provide such security for members of our community, but how do you do it? So that's a $64,000 question, probably the $64 million question.
You've got the good questions.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Gene Dorio with my co-host Barbara Cochran on your hometown station AM 1220 and 98.1 FM KHTS.
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Gene Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And our guest today, this afternoon, is Bradley Grose from Santa Clarita Grocery, and his guest, Victoria Fox. It's good to see you both.
Yeah, and we
Thank
wanted
you.
to know, how do you do this, Bradley? How do you run a business like this, giving things away? Who does that? And how do you run a business where you're giving things away and it's benefiting people like Virginia so much?
Right. Yeah, I think the DNA of how the operation was set up is we had a core of 9 people that I call load-bearing volunteers because we are an all-volunteer operation. So load-bearing meaning they're going to be putting in between 10 and 20 hours a week in their role. And once that decision was made, we have a very simple system. We have our transportation team that picks up from all of our local food retailers every morning early. So that's one team of people. It's about 12 drivers. I'm one of the drivers. And we get assigned to a store from our leader, Barry. Then we have, Monday through Friday, we have our intake teams. So we have 6 teams during the week that are at the facility from 9 a.m. to noon. And when the food starts coming in, they QC it and go through everything of what's presentable and what's not. And then they do the queue up for distribution. Then our distribution team, that is the third team, and they are the ones that are really the touch point to the community that we get to meet, greet, run the groceries out, and start walking with people. So we all have very distinctive different roles. But with that operation in mind, one of our gifts from COVID was we used to have our guests come in and shop. And we have a capacity limitation in the warehouse. So, and you could only serve X amount of people within a 30-minute period, right? When COVID came, we went to a numbered cone on your car. And that blew the lid off this. We were able to serve 10 times as many
Wow,
guests
good for you.
with every distribution. And that's one of those things you call a happy accident.
Happy
You could have, you wish you were that smart.
Yeah, but somebody
But-
had to see that, and it takes a little bit of, in any business, intuition
Right.
to get the cues of life that might make things better for your business.
Right, and that was
Congratulations.
that was transformative to us. So that really dialed up our runners of the groceries are primarily students doing their community service for their AP classes. And so here's these young, strong people with smiles that roll the groceries out, load them up in your car, And it's a beautiful blend.
Wow.
And that
Yes.
just in and of itself will lift your spirits.
Yeah, they're
you
doing
know.
something for you, but you're doing something for them.
Right, right.
So it's a two-way.
It's a beautiful
it's-
mix.
Oh, wow.
And
It really is.
Victoria, that was one of the things that blew her away on her first couple visits, was how she was getting the groceries delivered. And Milo, you had mentioned.
Yes, Milo. He is wonderful. He is very quiet. He just is so calming to be around. Loads up my car, smiles, always says hello.
And
And-
he's one of the
Oh
students.
yes, he's one of the students. I just lovely, lovely young man, lovely.
And he's exceeded his hours that he needs, but he comes back because
Because he loves
the
to
value
do it.
of what he's getting from this program.
Yes.
Because we do have we don't promote this, but we do have a mentoring program that's kind of off the radar. So on Saturdays, once a month, we let the youth actually run the whole distribution.
That's terrific too, because those kids have grandparents
Right, right.
and they see other grandparents coming in
Right.
and getting food and thinking to
Right.
themselves, how lucky my grandparents are,
Right,
because
right.
they are being taken care of food-wise, and so many others aren't.
Right.
So
And an
that's-
important thing too for the seniors that are listening is if you don't have transportation, we do have a proxy program that your child could come pick up, or your neighbor
That's
could
great.
come pick up, or a friend can come pick up.
How do our listeners get a hold of you? What is your phone number?
It is area code 661-425-7575. That's 661-425-7575.
And you're located where?
Right on Center Point Parkway by Walmart, Carl Boyer, that's centrally located there. Right up on the hill behind the furniture warehouse.
Yes, I know. I've been there. It's a fascinating
Bradley
place.
Grose, thank you for doing what you do, and we appreciate that. Victoria, thank you for coming as well. We appreciate that as well.
It was my pleasure.
Great. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers In-Home Care and Providence Holy Cross Medical Center.